any people checked off something? Raise your hand. You haven't done it yet. Well, I'd like you to do it. It's really important.
Excuse me, but when you say headache, once in a while, you won't.
Okay, how about one in, what's normal in headaches? Really no such thing. Once a year. If you have more headaches than once a year, even if it's a mild headache, it's not normal. Not normal. Not normal. How many people had one symptom that keeps happening at least once a week? Anybody have something that happens once a week, like sleeping problems, tiredness, headache, tension in the neck, shoulders, low back pain? Anybody ever have digestive problems? Yeah, once a week. Okay. Well, okay, so there's a stress-related problem. Okay, so
I had no stress, and all of a sudden I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
no, you had to have stress. You didn't feel
No
it.
stress at all.
You had a heart attack.
I was
know
a
you.
patient 30
I
years
know.
ago.
I know. I'm sorry to hear that. It comes from, a lot of times it's from stress. I will show you a little bit on how to reduce that. I know a lot of people have heart attacks. You're not supposed to have heart attacks. If I have a room here, 100 people in this room, and if 80 of those 100 people have headaches, that doesn't make it normal, it just makes it common. See, people who don't get headaches can't understand why people get headaches. It's like riding a car, and you're not supposed to get a flat tire. But if a lot of people get flat tires, they'll have to figure out that maybe the tire's no good, or it's just not supposed to get them. They're built to last. Anyway, maybe that's not a good example. But you're not supposed to have symptoms. If your body's functioning the right way, you're not supposed to have symptoms. Symptoms are signals that something is wrong. It's normal, here it is. It's normal, it's never normal to have a symptom. A symptom is your body's way of communicating to you that something is not right, it needs to be checked. So, the example is, if you have a car, and the light shines up, the engine lights up, it's trying to tell you that there's something wrong with the engine. So, do you keep driving? No, you stop at a gas station and you try to figure out what's going on. Well, we have symptoms that we don't pay attention to. It's interesting, we pay more attention if we have an animal, a cat or a dog in our house, and the cat doesn't look right, we're more likely to bring him to the vet than we are to take care of ourselves. Or babies, if you're a grandmother, you see something, if the baby has temperature, right away you take the baby to the doctor. We pay more attention to animals or babies or other people than we do to ourselves. Does that make sense? We do that, right? We do that.
Mothers do that.
Yeah, that's right. And that's love. It's called love and concern and so on. But you have to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first so you can help others. Remember that. And so today, you have two choices. I mentioned this before. You have two choices. You can either do the same thing you want to keep doing and expect differences, a different result. You won't get a different result. Or change something. And so this is what I always tell my patients, or when I have guests, I tell them, if I could show you today how to get rid of your problems by doing something natural and affordable, would you do it? Would you do it? If you have a problem, whatever it is, headache, sleep, and it's affordable, would you do it? Raise your hand. Would you do it? And it's affordable. In the 32 years I've been practicing, I never refuse anybody, irregardless of your ability to pay. Never refuse anybody. So let's now look at the solutions. Okay, do you want to get some solutions to stress? Terrific. Let's get some solutions. There are 4 ways to reduce stress. Now, by the way, there's more than 4 ways. There's about 100 ways. In your pamphlet, you'll have some other ways. We have put some things together. But I'll give you these 4 ways. First, you have to remove certain things from your diet. Anybody know what they are? What should you not have in your diet?
Fatty food.
Fried food is one of them, okay. How about it starts with an S?
Jump.
Sugar, thank you, thank you. Sugar. Sugar is sweet, and people love it, but guess what? We can't handle it. If you give a Hershey bar to a caveman, it would be like heroin or cocaine. It is a drug. Sugar is a drug. It really is a drug. When you take sugar, you're taking heroin. It's like committing suicide. I'm telling you. Your pancreas overshoots, and then you develop diabetes too. Yes.
And when you give sweet things to children,
Horrible. Horrible. You're not supposed to give them.
not sugar, like candies and all.
What doctors do, a lot of times, is they'll put sugar in a bottle of water. And it's really not good. It's making the child used to sugar. But sugar became very common only in the last 150 years. By the way, this is tobacco, sugar, and coffee. Caffeine actually overstimulates your adrenal glands. We know tobacco, we know how bad that is already. But think about it, 25 years ago, people were smoking like crazy, right? But today we learned that we're slow, and if you drink coffee, try to drink decaf. And that's probably a lot better. Try to do slowly. And it's okay to have the coffee and tea. Tea caffeine is different. It doesn't affect you. It's the caffeine in coffee that affects you. Finally, these will help you reduce the adrenal stress. Now here's a little picture of sugar. Look how much sugar was consumed. 500 AD, very little sugar. 1000 AD, 1500. All of a sudden, the last 150 years, we jumped up the sugar. We eat about, in one day, we have more sugar than our ancestors had in 1 year. So, and remember, we have the same pancreas that produces insulin that we had 20,000 years ago. It's not healthy. Our bodies can't handle it. It's like giving sugar to an animal who's been out grazing, if you pour sugar to a lion or a tiger or give them the food that we eat, they'll get sick. And we get sick, except we accept it as normal because we're used to it. Any questions so far? So, how many people actually try to slow down sugar? How many people actually? Okay, that's good. That's a good start. It's a great start. Cut down on the sugar. I know it's delicious, but if you think about it, it's very harmful. Okay, let's go on. This is why type 2 diabetes is an epidemic in America. It has increased tremendously in the last 20, 30 years. And it's definitely increased thousands of times since 100 years ago. The second method to reduce negative effects of stress is to have certain vitamins. Certain vitamins that'll help you reduce the stress. Okay. The adrenal glands are specifically helped by vitamin B complex. How many people take vitamins? You should take B complex. They help you with the nerve system. And vitamin C. Dr. Parker, can you add anything on the end? Jump in. There's also something called pregnenolone that are recommended in this program to restore normal adrenal gland function. Okay. Also, potassium, magnesium is needed. Remember, magnesium is also very good for your heart and for your brain. So these are also very important things. Potassium, magnesium. Adrenal glands cannot function without this important mineral. And low blood sugar can result without it. So when you have low blood sugar, then you have cravings for more sugar. You become
Glycemia.
Doctor, which are the foods that have more potassium and magnesium?
Okay, yeah, we can talk about it. Maybe we can talk about bananas and potatoes and all that stuff. But there is, any fruit and vegetable, green vegetables have B-complex vitamins. They all contain calcium and magnesium. It comes from the earth. And this is what we're supposed to have from nature. The third solution, of course, is exercise. How many people really, truly exercise 2 or 3 times a week?
I do it every day.
Okay. By the way, it's a simple thing to do.